Hi, everybody.
Hi, human. Hi, people.
Welcome to the Galactic Goose Sisters.
What?
We're sisters.
What?
I'm Jenny,
I'm Atava.
and we're here to launch our new project, Galactic Goose Sisters.
And we're sisters from the same womb.
Yes, blood
That
sisters.
kind of sister. Because
Yes.
there's lots of kind of sisters.
Yes. And we've both been on healing paths for many, many years. I've been on, really starting in my teens, a path of studying consciousness, healing, herbal medicine, energy medicine, Jinshin Jitsu, somatic healing, somatic self-care.
Birth work.
Right, oh right, I'm also a birth worker. I'm a birth doula.
She's on call right now,
for
in fact.
over 15 years, I think, with that. So, yeah, and Atava can introduce herself.
Yeah, I'm Atava. I'm solidly middle-aged in my 50s. And I guess the reason I say that is because, also since my early 20s, I've been really interested in all things about, we could say healing as an umbrella, but just the ways we are not well, how we can get well, and how really what medicine is really doesn't really meet a lot of people's needs, but really trying to look into like plant medicine, herbal medicine, ancestral medicine, dream work, curanderismo, like all these ways that are deeply ancestral to so many people that kind of got taken out of what we consider medicine. So I've been on that path as a practitioner and also as a self-healing, tending to my own health needs, especially the last 10 years. So I bring that background to the table, and I would say the thing that excites me the most is connecting to plants, working with plants not as just like substitutes for drugs, but really building relationship with them as intelligent, wise, loving beings. So we'll go into like the kind of the origin story of the Galactic Goose Sister Project.
Right, so almost 30 years ago in 1997, Atava and I began the Goose Sisters Healing Center in Oakland, California, and we both worked and practiced out of that space. Well, we had several different spaces throughout the years, but for many years until 2020.
A really cool space where a lot of things happened in person. We both saw clients, taught classes. I ran a whole school there, so back when things were in person. So that was the Goose Sisters Healing Center. Oh, and we should explain Goose. That's our nickname for each other. That I don't even know when it began, but it's gone on at least 30 or 40 years that we call each other Goose. And this is the goose symbol, the squawk.
Even though geese honk, we do this. And I remember when our grandmother, our Polish grandmother, died. Do you remember? Dad brought back all this box of
she had
like
all
goose,
these geese.
Yeah, geese paraphernalia.
Oh, that goose who's on my front porch now. Yeah, it's an ancestral Polish
and we
goose.
didn't know that. I didn't remember that anyway.
Yeah, so maybe it's our DNA, our Polish DNA coming through. But anyways, that's why the goose. So we started in person, the Goose Sisters Healing Center in beautiful Oakland, California, Ohlone territory until 2020 when we both left and that place closed down, or we left that space. And it is now 2025. And recently, just through reading a book and feeling like I was receiving a download, I just got an idea came into my mind, like the intergalactic Goose Sisters, and that was just a concept, but I just saw me and Jenny collaborating in now this virtual space with, decades of, I want to say experience, but it's just like lived experience of really like embodying a lot of these teachings that comes really with time and age and trial and error, but also to create a platform where we could share what we know very, generously with the world, but also to create a platform for for us to bring in our friends into the space or people we admire through like interviews and conversations to really, yeah, I guess I've been wanting to do a podcast for like at least 20 years, so so there'll be that element. So anyways, I told Jenny that I just had this concept, it was literally just a name, the Intergalactic Goose Sisters,
Yeah.
and she was open.
I felt excited. I felt very excited about it.
And believe it or not, we tried Intergalactic Goose, but that's already like,
Taken.
there's a lot of people on Instagram, on YouTube, and who are like, I guess, who knew that Intergalactic Goose was itself a thing? Like that's a whole nother tangent, but when we added sisters, then it became a very unique idea.
Galactic Goose Sisters.
Galactic Goose Sisters.
So it's not too wordy.
We're
But
not,
we will be exploring, the multiverse.
not just this galaxy. We're open to other galaxies.
As we birth this new paradigm here on planet Earth and in the multiverses, we are traveling through the galaxies as geese.
So is that your vision?
Yeah, I think this is a platform for, the coming together of creativity, of inspired minds, of forward-thinking individuals. Because I've been feeling for a long time that we're in this moment, an extended moment on planet Earth where we really are birthing a new way of being, a new consciousness, a new paradigm. And it requires all of us coming forward with our voices, with our truth, with our creative visions, with our stories, with our lived experiences, as my sister said. And so the time is now. So yeah, that is a lot of my vision, and I'm just open to seeing how it evolves and unfolds.
Yeah, and I think for me it's just a lot of listening to what we each get as messages from the universe, from ancestors, from the other galactic geese out there. And to just do my part, our part, to contribute to this growing consciousness that, people call it decolonizing, but I want different language than that. But just, we'll say our original consciousness that's about interrelationship with Earth, with plants, with ancestors, with the cosmos, and seeing what comes. So welcome to the Galactic Goose Sisters.
And one more concept I think that you first brought up, or I think maybe something in the book you read said, is the idea of playfulness being very important during these times where there's, we could get so caught up in a lot of the heaviness and the challenges, and so balancing that with, laughter, playfulness, that kind of innocence is just potent and healing and called for right now. So that's part of our vision intention as well for the Galactic Goose Sisters.
Yes, we invite you to squawk.
Even though it with or without sound.
Yeah, you could be the silent squawk. You could it's so weird on this camera, everything's opposite. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Look forward to adventures together.
Squawk.